Hello everyone, my name is Fadi Sirhan, and today I'm going to be talking about conflict and know-it-all personality. The reason I chose to talk about these two subjects is because they point out the different ways we communicate with others, whether we tend to disagree with others or the way we handle them. I would like to start off with two quotes. How do you think most people react to conflict, and the way people act to avoid these conflicts? In most cases, conflict can lead to different solutions, whether a positive or a negative outcome. In most cases, people with the best judgment tend to take situations in a professional way rather than causing problems. But others, like the think they know it all, they tend to fool others into knowing everything, which they pretend to be superior to others or telling others how to do their job. It can shape a person's personality in a way that it can affect the individual's communication with others. Conflict is a struggle or an argument between two individuals about a situation. An example can be when two individuals in an argument tend to have different opinions on a problem. Sometimes it can lead to an opposite point of view for both sides, but some individuals can handle the situation differently in a way that it's harmless for both sides. Conflict has 5 styles, as you see in the top right corner. The win-lose style, having things my way. For example, competing with the other party. You'll do anything to ensure that you win the battle. The win-win style, listening to their sides, discussing areas of argument and goals, and ensuring that all parties understand each other. For example, collaborating with the other party involving listening to their side, discussing areas of and goals. The lose-win style, agree to accommodate the other party by acknowledging and accepting his point of view or suggestions. For example, having things their way. The lose-lose style, by avoiding the conflict, you essentially pretend that it never happened or doesn't exist. The middle ground style, agree to negotiate larger points and let go of the smaller points. This style accelerates the resolution process. According to the interplay by Adler, it involves a high degree of concern for both self and others, with the goal of solving problems not my way or your way, but our way. In the best case, collaborating can lead to a win-win outcome, where each person gets what she or he wants. In my position, I tend to go through some of the other styles depending on the circumstances of the argument. An example that points out to me is when I discuss with my supervisor about my work schedule. We sometimes tend to come up with a different opinion as a competition, as they manage to have things done their way rather than listening to others' opinion. We discuss the days I can't work, but still make an exceptions to work them to avoid any problems. But one day I couldn't make it to work due to school purposes. I explained to my boss that I attempted to work the schedule that they gave me but wasn't capable due to school. So we both agreed that it would be achieved to our goal. The know-it-all personality. They tend to act like they know everything, feeling superior than others, telling others how to do their task or bossing them around, and sometimes they like to hear themselves talk. According to Dealing with People You Can't Stand by Berkman, in the know-it-all personality, think they know-it-alls can't fool all the people all the time, but they can fool some people enough of the time, and enough of the people all of the time, for the sake of getting some attention. An example that I faced is when an individual with the know-it-all personality attempted to boss me around, acting like he knows everything, where he managed to cause a scene at work and made a big deal about it, where I tend to avoid him as much as possible to not cause problems. But he kept bothering me until one day I had an argument with him. When I approached him in a professional way, I told him that he can't keep doing these things to people, it would bring a wrong image about him as a person. The goal is how to handle conflicts from different perspectives, such as dealing with someone with a know-it-all personality where they only tend to argue and act like they are the boss of others. As I mentioned before, there are always many ways in approaching situations, but the only way in solving a problem between two parties is to handle it in a professional manner. Overall, the big picture is the method that people are tempted to talk about in handling problems and how properly solve them without causing a big issue that harms both sides. The process that most people take is to come up with solutions that make both parties happy, but sometimes one side could not accept the solution and have difficulty solving the problem. So it's important to deal with situations in a positive way that doesn't harm others.